Second red flag in the touring car cut session, and that session not resumed, so that was cut short. Next section,
attention in the paddock. Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge practice will start in 30 seconds. Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge practice will start in 30 seconds. Please stand by.
And 3 seconds before the next session underway. Andy Gary number 3, focused in that second session for the touring car. Finished third in 8.46 seconds. Second place today for Down Way. Third place in the session was and then fourth place to number 77 Jack.
Attention into paddock. Running gates now.
Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge cars make their way out onto the circuit for the second time today. 25 minutes of free practice here on the gear circuit at Macau. We say second time out of the circuit this morning. Quickest was the number 99 car of Lopak Yu in the Toyota GR86s, and Subaru BRZs are on circuit for the 70th Anniversary Challenge. This weekend, of course, the celebration of the 70th Macau Grand Prix. And with that in mind, we have a 2-weekend meeting. The regular 4-day meeting today, Thursday, the first of 4 days of action around the gear circuit here at Macau. The circuit which is normally normal times of day, normal Macau business takes place with the buses and the trucks and the mopeds and the cars all using this very tarmac to get about their business. But for 1 weekend of the year, normally 4 days between 6 and 6 during the day, it becomes the gear circuit here at Macau. When we celebrate a decade, this being the 70th celebration, we have 2 weekends. We had Saturday and Sunday racing last weekend, chance for local drivers to shine, local teams to come and compete, and it's the second time that we've been lucky enough to see the Toyota GR86s and the Subaru BRZs on the circuit. It's great that we've got this opportunity to race this weekend with the title of the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge. Essentially, last weekend running as road sports, so fairly close to their normal, regular, everyday cars, pretty close to standard cars, these Subarus and Toyotas, and with the opportunity of getting out onto the circuit and getting the tyres up to temperature, the brakes up to temperature. In a couple of moments we'll get the chance to see the start of the first of our flying laps. So this morning it was Lopak Yu, car number 99, that went quickest, the Hong Kong China driver with the Toyota GR86. Second quickest was the 33 car of Damon Chan, also from Hong Kong China, in the Toyota GR86. And third quickest was number 11, that was Adrian Chung. It was pretty close between these Toyotas and Subarus this morning. And now we see, for the first time, them going on to a quick lap. So we're looking at the 33 car, that's Damon Chan. Finished up second quickest. The time this morning that they were all aiming for of Lopak Yu's car was a 2:54.32. So that's the benchmark time. Neatly around Lisboa. in the commentary box here for the 70th Macau Grand Prix with David Addison. David, it's great to see these cars. It's the second weekend we've got the chance to see these road sports cars now updated, if you like, for 2023 with Toyota GR86s and Subaru BRZs. We had much more of a mix of cars, didn't we, over previous years? So, time for a change, moving on.
Well, indeed, and it reflects the industry, it reflects the market where people, these are desirable cars, people buy these cars, but it also reflects the way that the challenge has evolved, the Road Sport Challenge, because these cars are easier to prepare, they're more reliable, they're cheaper to run, they're very quick, they're rapid bits of kit in road form, but the GR86 is a very desirable car, so the fact that you can buy a race-ready one, bit of a wobble there, going up through the GS, we've got a yellow at Lisboa, but it does reflect the fact that it's been a good move because there are 50-plus cars in the championship, so clearly there is a market, and for competitive, low-cost and easy-to-police racing, it's been a big hit.
Oh, I think we need to look at Adrian Chung, you know. He is currently third, and he's gone overall best in the first three sectors. What happened at Lisboa? Straight down the escape road is the answer. That is the better option.
Cheers. It's the cheaper option as well.
It is the cheaper option as well.
You also get to see a bit more of Macau as you have to sort the car out at the end of the escape road, and you can admire the hotel at Lisboa. Right, one or two are taking it fairly steadily at the start of this session. Others, like Lopak Yu and, as you say, Adrian Chung, are on their toes straight away. It's only a 25-minute session. Green flag at turn 3, because now back up the escape road has gone that errant car, which looked like it might have been Carson Tang, possibly, that was in error. Three more sessions to come on track after this, and Adrian Chung is going to offer up the target time, isn't he? It was Lopak Yu the fastest, I think Adam was mentioning this, 2 minutes 50.4 in the earlier session, and he's just on 2:51.1. So the tyres get warmer and the fuel load comes down, he'll go quicker, and Adrian Chung's already into the 250s.
And we thought he might, and that was even without even a personal best in the final sector. So a 2:50.427 as a result of overall best in sectors 1, 2 and 3, personal best in sector 4, good enough, top of the times, car number 11, 2:50.427. Lopak Yu is second, Lei Kit Meng is third.
He should be quicker, he should be the man to beat, shouldn't he, given his experience. Lei Kit Meng, who's been a mainstay of the Road Sport Challenge for a number of years, he ought to be up at the pointy end, so let's see how he fares come qualifying.
So, Adrian Chung on the first sector, after putting in the top time, 2:54.27, not doing a personal best in the first sector. That would have been quite a push lap, that, because it was the first climb lap.
Lopak Yu, absolute best in sector 1. You're looking, though, here at number 55 going through, sorry, number 11 going through of Adrian Chung. He's got the road to himself. You see one or two of the bits of touring car lying by the side of the road and bits of junked rubber after the rigours of the day.
Which is so rare about Macau. We were taking a walk around the city yesterday, and it was interesting. There's no litter around this place at all.
That's true.
Anywhere. It's spotlessly clean. Litter bins all over the place. So if you finish your drink, you pop your litter in the bin. Maybe a bit of litter on circuit, but that's a bit of a rarity. That.
And very strict laws on, for example, where you can and can't smoke and vaping is another source of discussion. All adding to that clean feel and environment of why Macau is so popular with everybody that comes to the Grand Prix weekend, and everybody's happy to fit in with the culture. Now there is Adrian Chung down to the hairpin, and he's absolutely brought this lap to perfection, hasn't he? He's not seen another car. He must be thinking, is there only me out there? But he's pressing on. And as he comes towards our bend at the end of Black Sands, ahead of him is a car, finally, and it is Lopak Yu. They're trading absolute best sectors between them, these two, and they traded the top time in FP1 as well, didn't they?
And Adrian Chung has just put in an overall best in sectors 3 and 4, although the first two sectors were not improvements. Sectors 3 and 4 have been, so Adrian Chung pressing on, Lopak Yu pressing on, personal best in sectors 2, 3 and 4, overall best in sector 1 for Lopak Yu. It's going to be through now, no improvement. That final sector was not a personal improvement, so Lopak Yu stays second, Adrian Chung stays top, 2:49.522, an improvement. Looking at the 99 car of Lopak Yu on the run down towards Lisboa. Look how wide the circuit is here. It's just such a wonderful, iconic view, that.
And you compare these against GT3 cars, and they look tiny. They look like toys almost, don't they?
They really do. Yeah, there we go. Hazard lights on. It's just braking hard. That's all it is. It's the road car spec, and the hazard lights come on automatically when you do a heavy bit of braking. And that was really well pointed out by David last weekend, that the cars were not all, but quite a few of them, hazard lights into the corners, in particular Lisboa, because that's such a heavy braking zone, isn't it?
Again.
Yes. There we go again, twisting up through the hilly section of the gear circuit, up towards the left-hander at Teddy Ip, with the wall there on the left-hand side. There's no forgiving this circuit. No. Walls, barriers, and they're not flimsy barriers. They don't move.
But this is now the third day of activity over the course of the 6 that we have of competition over these 2 weekends. Isn't it just heaven not to be constantly reading out track limit warnings?
Yes, yeah.
Get the track limits wrong here, you'll know about it.
You absolutely will, yeah. So, yeah, there's no space at all, is there, for track limits here? You are guided all the way around the circuit. Can bounce off the barriers, but you won't get done for that. The one place that you can, so there are a couple of escape roads. So there's one there you saw in the background at Moorish, and police. I think there is no escape, but there is an escape down at Lisboa as well, and it is the preferred way of getting Lisboa wrong, really, to use the escape road, because you can get the car turned around, as we've seen during this session, get the car back on track, and you don't need to have a recovery of a car getting it wrong and into the tyre barriers. Adrian Chung, best lap of the session so far, 2:49.522, just under 14 minutes of the session lane. Lopak Yu in second, 2:50.965. That means that equates to about a second and a half between the top two, which is, for Adrian Chung, quite a good place to be.
And already 10 minutes have gone, so you think 25 minutes is quite a long session, and then you remember that we're talking about 2 minutes 49 laps, and Adrian Chung's 2:49 is the better of anybody's laps, session 1 or session 2. So perhaps inevitably, with a bit more confidence and a bit more rubber on the road, the times are better as you go through the day. Pity the poor bikers that are always out on a green circuit at the start of the morning.
Yeah, they are. It's all down to them, isn't it? They're dealing with the rubber laid down by the buses overnight, by the trucks overnight, the vans, the mopeds. It's a very different circuit first thing in the morning, and as the rubber goes down over the course of the day, times come down as well.
Right, Lopak Yu has just done an absolute best in the first sector. Adrian Chung has dropped about 6/10, so I'm not suggesting he's given up, but certainly at the moment, this is not looking like it's going to be as quick. Maybe just taking a breather. He's wrung everything out of the car on that last lap, so just calm it all down and then maybe go again. But he doesn't need to, it's only free practice.
One opportunity to go around the gear circuit for these cars tomorrow, and that will come at 11:25 local time. Local time now, just coming up to 1:50 in the afternoon, and what has been a slightly overcast day. It's warmer now outside as the afternoon goes on. Temperatures will climb a little bit more, but it's this week it's not been the hot and sticky and humid Macau that we are perhaps used to over the course of these 4 days for the Macau Grand Prix. A little bit cooler.
It's certainly not cold. I mean, people are in shirt sleeves and shorts, but still a nice temperature. And for the Europeans, it's a nice place to be at the end of the year. You think about what the weather is like back in the UK.
If they ever decide to do a 3-weekend Grand Prix, I'm up for it. The weather back home is not that good.
No, indeed. So Lopak Yu goes through. Lei Kit Meng, I should say, fifth. We were talking about him earlier. as one to watch. And Rui Valenta has improved also last time around. Another stalwart of Macau Grand Prix support races, 13th aboard number 1, the Macau driver for Premium Racing Team. His is a Subaru BRZ. But at the moment, Adrian Chung Toyota ahead of Lo Pat Yu Toyota, and then Summer Chan Toyota 3rd. 4th quickest Ko Tim Tak Toyota, 5th Lei Kit Meng Toyota, and 6th is Ho Zhu Ling Subaru.
Top 2 drivers from Hong Kong, Macau, Hong Kong, China, and Macau for the 3rd place driver, car number 25, that's Chan Chi Ha. So the difference considerable, it's fair to say, back to 3rd place. The gap almost 5 seconds, and now the gap comes down. Lo Pak Yu goes top, and so 7/700ths of a second quicker than Adrian Chung. So the battle is on for the top 2. We're saying that the gap back to 3rd is quite a gap, a 5-second gap now back to the top 2. However, the front row of the grid looks like it might be battle on.
These two amongst the best in the championship, because you've got drivers here in the 2 groups from the top 15 in each, and so putting that to good practice now. Qualifying is going to be a great battle between them, never mind the racing. Into the pit lane has just come Adrian Chung. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do actually in a pit stop here. Short of changing tyre pressures, there's not really a lot of work you can do. The car is the car is the car.
Quite standard, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not much in terms of a setup.
But you could have a breather, maybe
have lunch.
Well, not lunch as such, but a drink, maybe a bit of water, and then get back out of the circuit.
33 is on circuit, and that is Damon Chan, and he's 3rd in the times. And last time he improved with 4 and 1, 4 personals and an absolute
and
best.
he came good in the second half of the session last time, didn't he?
Yeah.
And finished up 2nd on the times from pre-practice 1. Damon Chan. What was the time this morning? A 2:54.32. Yeah, we're well sub that now with a 2:48.5.
9 minutes on the clock, so the session galloping through. Credit to these guys, they've been very well behaved in both sessions thus far. Number 21 is Ko Tim Tak, and he is 5th fastest at the moment in yet another very colourful car.
With a 2:53.571. Yeah, so that gap, it's the top 3 now, and then everybody else, because it's a 5-second gap back to 4th place, which is the 25 car top Macau driver as well, Chan Chi Ha. Ko Tim Tak in car number 21 from Hong Kong in 5th place, and Lei Kit Meng, who we've spoken about from Macau, the 2nd of the Macau drivers, 6th place, car number 7, Lei Kit Meng. And I agree, I would perhaps expect that car to be a little bit higher up than it is. Or at least not in the 5-second gap cars.
The one at the bottom of the times is Gerald Lau, the Hong Kong China driver, and he's for Team Master champ. So his Toyota is the one that's trying to get a bit of a wriggle on, but is still a little way adrift, like over a second off the next car, which would be Chuen Hinhua for SS Racing Team. Just under 8 minutes of the session to go then. As over the timing line goes Lo Pak Yu, slower lap.
Yep, they come on top of the times with a 2:49.187, not far off, but a 2:48.509 is the top time at the moment. 2 cars in the 2:48s. Lo Pak Yu in car number 99, and Adrian Chung in car number 11.
I was just sniggering as I was watching Mo Chi Fai hitting the brakes and hazard lights coming on. You know that a driver is trying, because they've got to have a big stop at the next corner, and the big stop is evinced by the flashing lights. So Mo Chi Fai finding himself now on the tail of Ko Tim Tak down towards Malco Hairpin. Ko Tim Tak number 21. Green light flashes, which means it's okay, you can overtake. But actually, given the narrowness of that next section through Black Sands, do you really want to? We had an accident there in the TCR Asia Race 1 the other day, last weekend, where a leading car tried to get past a back marker, and it didn't go well, did it?
It certainly did not. Adrian Chung leaving pit lane now. So Adrian Chung just with a quick stop. We didn't get to see what they were doing to the car in pit lane, did we? But maybe tyre pressures, maybe a little check of tyre pressures, perhaps, before the car wasn't there for long, that's for sure. But, coming out of pit lane now for Adrian Chung with 6.5 minutes remaining. We can do stuff from here. Car number 2, Mochi Fai, goes up to 8th. The 2:54.694. But it really is the top 3, us and them, isn't it?
It is. And I suppose in part the session is of more importance for the them, not the us, because they've got to find the time to close the gap to those leading drivers, as you were mentioning. And they've got 6 minutes in which to find that time, as number 2 of Mochi Fai, 8th in the times, goes down towards Lisboa. This must be quite a ride down here, because there is nothing else you can wring out of this car. Everything will be buzzing around, then you stand on the brakes. You can see how long he's on the brakes for, and that'll be interesting come the end of the race, won't it? How much braking capability some of them have got left.
If any, because that's quite a stamp on the brakes, isn't it? To bring on the hazard lights. They are pushing these cars really hard. All Toyota GR86s or Subaru BRZs. Lopak Yu tops the times at 2:48.509. 2:48.588 for Adrian Chung, out of pit lane, on the out lap now. That's the 48 car, that's the car of Carson Tang. Good colour scheme, that.
Yeah, Wacos is, I think I'm right in saying, it's a Far East sort of Halfords type business, I think.
Right,
Don't hold me to that. But they also lend their name to esports teams as well.
I see.
Waco's, Waco's, I think. But yeah, it's a big player in the area. So there is number 48, Carson Tang, who is a Macau driver, and goes through, pressing on, and he had a trip up the escape road earlier, but he's into the top 9 now, so good effort on his last lap. 4.5 minutes and counting.
And yeah, I've just seen that Damon Chan on this lap is pushing on because although it was an improvement on the first sector, overall best on the second sector, personal best on sectors 3 and 4, one more sector to go. Damon Chan is currently 3rd. So if we talk about them and us, he is certainly an us category in the top 3. Damon Chan looking to improve.
Been allowed into the gang, as it were.
Yeah, he's part of it. Yeah, welcome.
Over the timing line he goes. That lap is quickest. He's just done a 2:47.993, half a second quicker than anybody else. Got his own gang now.
He certainly has. That's impressive, isn't it? The only car to duck down into the 2:47s. 2:47.9 for Damon Chan. Worth picking that one out, wasn't it? And demotes Lopak Yu down to 2nd. Adrian Chung down into 3rd. It's still the gang, though, isn't it?
It is the gang, but there's a new pecking order.
Certainly is. Damon Chan, 2nd at the end of free practice 1. Now top with 3.5 minutes to go in free practice 2.
And that spurred Lopak Yu to go back out again and see what he can do. So he's lost the top time.
Oh, that's right, he came in, didn't he?
Yeah, gone back out. We had another improver, which was Chun Kin Sang. He got himself up to 9th at the expense of Carson Tang. So with 3 minutes on the clock, Lopak Yu venturing back out again. And I think now Damon Chan, having gone fastest, has decided that that's fine. He's going to back out of this next lap, so he doesn't need to push on quite so much.
Adrian Chung is pushing on. Personal best in sector 1, overall best in sector 2. Green and purple in the first 2 sectors. He's currently down in 3rd place. Lopak Yu can't respond on this lap because he's on the out lap from pit lane. So he's only got 1 lap chance to do this. 2.5 minutes gone.
But I just wonder why he would bother, because he's clearly got a quick car. Okay, he's half a second down on Damon Chan, but qualifying's to come. He's only going to get 1 flying lap, if that. You're kind of putting your whatnot on the block in order to do it. The point of it, to me, is limited.
Does it show just how much this means every time they go on circuit? Local drivers, it means so much around the gear circuit. The bragging rights of finishing up top of the times, it's worth everything.
Well, there is Lei Kit Meng, 8th, number 7.
Adrian Chung, purple in sector 3 as well now. So purple in sectors 2, 3. This is going to be one to watch, isn't it? Personal best in sector 1. Oh, sector 4, not even a personal best. So interesting to know what we're going to see at the end of this lap. Sector 5 yet to go for the number 11 car, Adrian Chung.
There he is. So he's got the road to himself. He can pick his own lines. He's not having to worry about traffic particularly. That fourth sector does include the Macau hairpin. It doesn't take much to get a little bit of time lost there if you have to just back out of it and wrestle the car around the corner. But here he comes up towards the timing line now then. So he breaks the beam. Adrian Chung is the fastest, 2 minutes 47.034. That is by 9/10
Wow.
of a second.
So it's them, us, and God mode, because that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
That's what John Watson would call a mega. Adrian Chung should be that far ahead of everybody else. That is a really, really impressive lap. Adrian Chung then, 9/10 of a second to the good.
2:47.034 for Adrian Chung, less than 1 minute until the checkered flag goes out at the end of this session, and that will be the end of their free practice for this 70th Macau Grand Prix weekend. They are qualifying tomorrow. Tomorrow is all about qualifying here at Macau, apart from one free practice session for the Formula 3 cars early in the morning, 9:30 in the morning local time. Everybody else is qualifying tomorrow. Everyone is racing on Saturday. Everybody's racing on Sunday.
Au contraire, Blackadder.
Go on.
Bikes don't race on Sunday.
Very good point, well made. It was the wrong use of the word all.
All the car bits, you mean? Yeah. There's the them and an us again, isn't there?
There is,
Them
yeah.
race on Saturday, us race both days.
And Dave Moore takes care of the motorcycle
He does.
commentary, so we can go and enjoy it in the grandstand.
And it's worth doing.
Exactly what we
Yes.
did this morning.
Somebody said to me on Twitter this morning about it all. Couldn't bear to watch them in the flesh when I used to come to Macau because they were just too loony. But they were great guys at the bar. But they are a breed apart, the bikers. And Saturday morning, tune in very early for the Bike Grand Prix. It is just outstanding. We have a checkered flag for the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge Free Practice 2. We have Adrian Chung fastest by 9/10 of a second. Gauntlet thrown down.
Most certainly is. Adrian Chung, car number 11, quickest with a 2:47.034. And, David, you made the point, and we can reiterate it now, we've come to the end of it. Really well behaved by and large.
No, it's impressive.
A couple of little moments.
They're driving well, they're behaving themselves, and yeah, car at the escape road, but it's not been a bruising, a damaging session.
Not at all.
No.
It has been, thus far, with 3 sessions to go this afternoon, a really good day. And with some pretty impressive lineups coming up. We've got free practice 2, half an hour for the Macau gear race. We have qualifying 1 for the Formula 3 Macau Grand Prix, and we have free practice 2 for the Macau GT Cup. All of that coming up. Wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is, welcome along to Macau. It is the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge. We are just seeing the end of, all celebrating the 70th Macau Grand Prix here in 2023 on the gear circuit here in Macau.
So there is the last handful of cars to take the flag, including Lei Kit Meng, who is 6th. He did improve on that previous lap, didn't he? 2:59.958.
It was kind of sick throughout, really, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I still expect better. I know I'm being a bit unfair, but you know, he knows the circuit very well. He's done a lot of racing over his years, but Adrian Chung has been very impressive. Fastest at the very end, 2:47.034. And so Adrian Chung, ka-ching, he is at the top of the times then by those 9/10 of a second from Damon Chan and Lopak Yu. Hu Zhaoling 4th. Yeah, he improved towards the end of the session. Lo Chi-Fai 5th and 6th quickest, Lei Kit Meng. So the next activity on the track will be the second session for the gear race, the Kumho TCR World Tour. But for now, the road sport contingent make their way down the pit road, and their work for the day is done. Checkered flag still being shown to the last handful of cars that come by. Another improver last time at the very end, number 20 of Chan Chun Man, or Action Chan as he's known, and the lap time was a 2:54 to go 9th fastest. So they're the last handful of cars coming by, and then they head back towards the paddock in the underground car park just opposite the ferry terminal here outside the last corner at Macau. So they will complete the in-lap head to the pit lane. And from race control's point of view, they're pretty happy, I think, with the way today has gone, because they've had relatively few incidents to have to sort out. We had a very brief track blockage in one of the GT sessions earlier on, but everybody paused and waited, and the road cleared, and we kept the session live. So it's been a good day of action here, and it's going to get better later with qualifying. Extra ante for the Formula 3 drivers, Q1. So at the end of free practice 2 for the Macau Grand Prix 70th anniversary challenge, Adrian Chung fastest from Damon Chan and Lo Pak Yu. Hugh Zhuoliang 4th ahead of Mochi Fai and Lei Kit Meng. Then Action Chan, Ko Tim Tak. 9th fastest was Chan Chun Man, and 10th Chun Kin Sang. All 26 of them ventured out. Slowest at the end of the session, Gerald Lau. But he'll find time, no doubt, tomorrow when we hit qualifying for the Macau Grand Prix 70th Anniversary Challenge. Touring cars will be next, as Adrian Chung can reflect on a job well done in FP2.